Evening, everybody. I have changed what I said again just to throw you all off. Haha. Have to do it occasionally. Hello, hello, hello. How is everyone? I see it is happily alive, and I finally got my chatbot working. That was quite close there. It didn't want to boot, but we managed it. Good evening, kittens. Oh, brilliant. Welcome back to the i3. A project I have been looking forward to getting back to be honest. And getting back onto it this week has come at a fantastic time. Reluctant chatbot. Exactly, James. It was indeed very reluctant. It's come at just the right time because we have these from Ian McCormack of EB Models, who is out this evening, so shall not be with us. Now I'm going to try and hold up the right ones here, which I believe are these ones. Help if I didn't fold them in half. They are the builder's plates. Those look like the wrong ones to me, actually. I think these are the right ones. Yes, that is this locomotive. So they are absolutely fantastic. These are brand new. He mentioned them the other day on my Discord server, which can be found by typing !Discord into chat. He just showed a picture of all these that have just arrived with him, and how fantastic they are. £4 a set, so I got a set for each one of my i3s because, you know, why wouldn't I for that price? So there is 2 i3s ready to receive their builder's plates. The Southeastern Finecast etch, of course, does actually have, not etched, casting, does have the plate here. So that will be getting just a bit of gold paint over it, and then the etched plate stuck on the front. I have the other one here, and you can see that already has the plate painted gold. Hello Dale, welcome. Good to see you here. How are you this evening? I did ask, how is everyone this evening? I hope everyone is doing well this fine Sunday evening. It is good to see you all here as we return back to this wonderful locomotive. So the first thing we are going to do is get the liquid gold and do the builder's plates so that that can have lots of time to dry out, so that we can get the builder's plates on. Very well, thank you. Hope you are too. I am very well, thank you. I have been looking forward to streaming all day. God, did not want to let me in there. Indeed, always believe in your soul. Hello, UK Train Spotting, welcome. How are you this evening? Just going to use this good, a bit cold. Oh, that's not good. Well, I mean, good is good, a bit cold isn't. Tiny little brush. And for what I can, I can't point it as toward you as I want because I can't see what I'm doing otherwise. So it does need to point slightly out the way, unfortunately. Now probably very out the way. So originally, that is all the detail these builder's plates were going to get. I am very glad that Ian did these. As I say, he's not here as he is out this evening. However, he can be found on the, or contacted through the EB Models website. Watch one of my mods jump to it now and get that link in chat. So there we are. Those are gold and ready. And for those that have missed it, what we have, as well as a paintbrush in our mouth, I hope it doesn't distort my voice too much, is some very nice etched builder's plates. Which you should hopefully be able to tell are completely legible. Focus. There we go. So yes, I knew I had to get them as soon as Ian revealed them. Whoa, hey, look at both my mods getting in there. You guys are excellent. So whilst we let that dry, something else we need to do is regarding the wheels. The wheels are nicely painted. They look very good. I'm very happy with how they look. However, the treads around the outside, I assume they're called treads on a loco wheel, are absolutely filthy with paint. So I am going to use the glass fibre brush, trying to superglue a handrail onto a GP38 model in N scale, going really well. I hope it's actually going really well, because I can see that being a difficult task. So you can hopefully see there that this gives us a wonderfully clean, shiny surface as it makes its way round. Where the paint is thicker, it does take a while to get through it, or it can do. But of course, if you don't do this, then you won't be picking up any power off the track. Other methods are of course available. But as I'm sure you could see a second ago, there was a rather large amount of paint there. And there's now just this tiny little bit. Which is pretty much gone. There we go. In fact, it is gone. And you can see there the difference in the finish between the two sets of wheels. This will of course give, be a nice start. The wheels won't be cleaned like this in future. Once they are on the loco, they'll be using the regular brass wheel cleaner. This is a glass fibre brush, so you just twist off end, and it is full of glass fibres, which themselves wear down as they scrape off, but they also give a very nice end for cleaning off things like paint of any type. The NCL model used to be a model for youngsters. It's by Reader's Digest. I remember having the entire series. So Loco's number is 9725. Awesome. Very nice. So you're detailing it up then, Max, I take it. Not a problem, Dale. Not a problem at all. Is of course what I am here for. So even the heaviest bits on here, like this, you see that is now quite shiny all the way round, barring that little bit we haven't covered yet. Full of clear splinters. Yes, but they generally they break down into a more of a dust than anything that's going to splinter you. Let me put my thumb back in and see if I can collect some on my thumb. So it's sort of, I'm wanting to repaint a Canadian national paint job after watching an episode of the Red Green Show. He used a model by Lifelike in HO, can't remember the guy's name. Fair enough. So, you can see all over my finger there, lots and lots of tiny dots. And that is this breaking down, but just brushes off, doesn't cause any issues. It's not strong enough to give not strong enough to give you splinters from it. I do somehow have a bit of electrical tape on my arm though. So yes, that is now one wheel ready to pick up power from the track. Nice, I like that. Excellent. Ah, and there is the chatbot with its first timed command. Welcome Garybot 3.0. And as the bot asks, please do smash that like button or give it a gentle tap. While you're there, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you get alerted when I upload a video or when I go live. It is very much appreciated and it does help the channel. Motor is glued on, completely dried. Cool. I hope it works. Maybe my skin's more sensitive than I thought. Really irritating. Really? I've not had any issues with it. I mean, obviously there is a disclaimer there for everyone. As Harry says, maybe, it can irritate your skin, so do be careful. Right, I think we shall leave that there for them. I think you will get the idea of how that works and what it does. Oh look, there's a bit of leftover rubbish from a video I've been filming this week. You won't get to see that video just yet. But I'm giving you no more than that to identify what the video is about. Good evening, Javier. We were just discussing the glass fibre pencil. One could always wear nitrile gloves if sensitive. Indeed, James, they could. Indeed, they could. So, this, yes, those are plenty dry now. And I'm rather excited to try these out. So let's do just that. So once again, for anyone new that may be here that wasn't, these are the builder's plates for the i3 etched by EB models. They are absolutely fantastic. Even in 4mm, they are completely legible. A set like that, which is the full plate, so the front section there solders onto the back section, which then goes onto the logo, is £4, including postage. On the Southeastern Finecast, you do not need the back section, as it is already there. We have just painted it gold in preparation. Thank you for the link there, Christopher. That will take you to EB Models' website, where you can get in touch with Ian about these, should you want them. I would like to also point out that I am not sponsored. This is not a sponsored advertisement. And for these, all opinions on EB Models are my own. These were paid for. They are not a review sample. There is no payments or gifts going on in this. So I'm just going to, so now I've snipped that off, I'm just going to find the right file and just run it round the outside and clear up the burrs. That's done that side quite nicely. And that has done that side quite nicely. So of course I could solder these on, and in fact if we were earlier in the build process I probably would solder them on. But as we already have paint and everything on the loco, I am just going to glue them on. I'm going to make sure I've got the loco and the plate the same way round. There we go, they are now. You know, there's a slight bump there that is bugging me. There we go. Just a tiny drop of glue on there. No, that's not going to be able to do it. I shall have to pick it up by hand. And just like that, we have a builder's plate. A fully legible builder's plate at that as well. Saying I'd solder them on earlier in the process, if I was doing it really early on, like before the build, I'd have probably filed these cast ones off altogether and used this backing plate that doesn't want to focus. There you go, so I would probably use these properly and use this backing plate if these had been available at the start of the build. However, as I say, they are a brand new product by Ian. He showed them off on my Discord last week and how much they were, and I said I'd best get a set for each of my i3s. And I do not regret it. So there is burrs on the sides of this one where it has been connected to the other plates in the line. And again, just a little dab of the super glue. That's the wrong way up. And there we are. That is 2 new builder's plates, very nicely attached to the locomotive. I am very, very happy with that. I have just realised the paint I forgot to get out. That should probably be the next one we use, to be honest. Got all my other paints out ready before the stream. There it is. Some rail match sleeper grime that we are going to use to cover the floor of the cab. But before we start that, as we are now half an hour into the stream, I would like to take this moment to remind everyone hydration is important. We are using the sleeper grime, as the floors of these would have been wood, and there's no way they'd have been clean. So the sleeper grime gives us a nice dirty wood look. Hydration, kittens. Very good, James. Of course, we do also have a crew built for this loco. Once they are in, I will be able to actually attach the cab roof and it won't be falling off anymore. I'm aware of how strange concept that is, that the cab roof won't be falling off. But there we go, a nice dirty wooden floor. Perhaps one day we'll have flux kittens. Oh, excellent, James. Without falling off cab roof, this stream wouldn't be quite the same. No, it wouldn't, would it? I feel like there should be a "you're only supposed to knock the blooming roof off" command. Just in case, you know, I completely mess something up. Something else we want to do on is when Thunderbolts fell off that time. Thunderbolts? Are you sure, Christopher? This is the only one whose roof falls off, because Thunderbolt doesn't have one. So yes, something else we want to do in here is, of course, we have a nice back head full of controls with absolutely no details on them whatsoever. So we're going to start. Yes, that is okay. Good, just making sure. Just making sure. I did assume it was a joke. Thank you for dropping the Patreon and donate links, Alex. That is very much appreciated. So yes, we're going to start off with some copper for some of the pipe work in the cab. This one isn't going to let me in either, is it? No. This is the problem with these. Is the glue dries around the paint, sorry, dries around the inside of the lid. That, mixed with the fact that they've got a child lock on them, can make them almost impossible to open. There was a time I was model making with someone, they asked me if I was doing my First World War RE8 wheels up or wheels down, fixed undercut for those who don't know. Well, the question is, did you answer them correctly? Because obviously I assume you were doing it wheels up. Just trying to pry the dried paint. There we go, got it. Needs a bit more of a shake now. As this, I said wheels up. Good. Good, good. We'll get our tiny little brush again. And I really am going to have to hold this into the light this time because I can barely see anything in there. The good news, of course, is that barely anything is what everyone else will be able to see. So the fact I am terrible at this won't show up too much on the model in the end. So there we can see some bits of brass, bits of copper, sorry, in the cab. Later on asked them where I should put the rocket motor. Again, important question. Didn't realise it was an N-scale cab. The copper pipework in a 00 cab is smaller than an N-scale loco. Shocking fact, I know. And the next thing we're going to want for the cab interior is a bit of gold. Harry did better than I could, my hands shake, so... shaky hands, that is something I've been meaning to talk about on the stream. I've been waiting for people to remind me, because I always forget. So, shaky hands, yes, especially when doing stuff like this, shaky hands is a massive problem. and shaky hands, I mean, you should be able to see they are shaking separately to each other, which would cause many, many issues. Atari, yes, Atari t-shirt. So what we do here is we make sure that our hands are touching, as well as both hands being on the model. That way, although we are still shaking, we are shaking in sync. So my wobbling hand is painting a wobbling loco. So when compared to each other, nothing is shaking. Believe that's everywhere we need gold. Sweet, it's reflected in the bottle. I'm impressed you saw what it was out of the reflection in the bottle, Christopher. I was wondering. Just learned something new. I'm glad you have learned something new. So say that is a technique I have been meaning to discuss on stream for ages. Whenever I am painting something fine detail, and we will cover it again later. So when I'm painting the line in umber around here, I will make sure, like this, they will be touching. So if we go here, so my finger is behind there, touching my other little finger. They are both, the loco is resting on both of them, and then this finger is also on the loco. So they are now shaking together, giving me a much steadier hand. That gold is amazing. That gold is amazing. I cannot. Yeah, it is Vallejo liquid gold. All my metals are the Vallejo liquid metal range. They do a silver, they do a copper, and they do something like 5 different golds. And they are all fantastic. This is their rich gold. And I do love it. So yes, next colour for the cab. Buffer Beam Vermilion. Thanks for the tip, is not a problem, Dale. Anything I can do to help, I will do to help. So yes, that's a tip I've been meaning to discuss on stream for ages. And I just always kept forgetting. I've been doing that whilst painting things for so long now that I don't even think about it, I just do it. And of course I do also need a red regulator handle. I have however noticed my regulator handle has gone walkies. not ideal. Luckily, I have the box here. It has been stored in the box, so I'm hoping the regulator handle is in there and we can just stick it back in. So let me grab that. So it's sat over here with the crew, in fact. That is our driver, you can see. There is a very large amount of parts in here. Either spares we didn't use or stuff that is for later. There is some etched bits here that are never going to get used that I think might be ideal for replacing the regulator handle. As these are chassis parts that replaced some of, or they're etched parts that replaced some of the parts on the castings that I hadn't noticed. When we were first building it. I'm going to keep this bit on and fold it round as a way of making the regulator stand a bit proud of the rest of the controls on the back head. That looks good to me. So again, as we are post painting, I will super glue it. I'll do a terrible job of super gluing it. There we go. We have a regulator handle again. Once we've given that a minute to dry, that'll need some red paint on it as well. And then all that will be left is a couple of dabs of white, which will be going just in here on the front of the gauge glasses. And then that will be our cab interior painted. Gary Bott says hydration is important. So using this super glue, that's probably long enough to dry. It's very fast acting stuff. So there we are. Much better. How do you remember to drink when you are not on stream? I don't, James. All my drinking for the whole week is done in these 3 hours. Can't you tell? So I would like to thank everyone for being here. You are awesome. And ask, has anyone got any projects ongoing this evening? Because as you know, I am very interested in what my stream is up to. So please do share. I've noticed a bit of cream that you can see on the camera just down here. That is bugging me, so I am going to paint that. Project tabulating freight workings through Oxford in '89 using a working timetable. Ah, yes, working timetables, and yeah, that's all fun. I've got to come still. I have the working timetable for Hailsham 1912. I just need to work out what it says. Not a whole lot other than my GP38. Well, that's enough. You only need to be working on one project at a time, Max. That'll do ya. My son was using this the other day to clean the paintbrush as he was painting the sleepers on his track. Never blooming closed it the whole time, did he? So I've only got a tiny bit like up to there in the pot left, because he let it all evaporate. Removing KDs, that's the best project, Christopher. Fence post, cows and other details on my N-scale layout. Oh, excellent. I love when a layout gets to that point and you can just start adding details. I thought of a couple of other things we need in the cab that we shall come back to very shortly. Let's just get these blobs of white in first. Do the centre of these gauges at the top. And the front of the water glasses. I'd like to think that's starting to look like a locomotive cab now. Gonna have a really good time when you put those wheels on. Ha ha, Luke, so funny. Yes, I've returned from Mark Evans. Wait, that's not right. I've returned from watching Mark Evans. Well, I did kind of guess that, Luke. Welcome to the stream. It is good to have you here. I hope you are well this evening. As we are approaching the end of the first hour. Thankfully my phone has not died yet, as I forgot to charge it today, as I normally keep it charged through the day, so we start with 100% battery. We are currently at 51% battery. It's very nice indeed, thank you. We do want some more black. This is a detail I always try to get in when I'm detailing cabs. At the back. Because of course the coal had to come from somewhere, didn't it? So there is the hole in the bottom of the bunker for the coal to have come out of. I am well. I'm not well, I'm Luke. Wow, I'm full of... You're always full of bad jokes, Luke. I'm used to it by now. Glad you are good. Also, hello good. It is great to have you here this evening. I am Gary, and we are putting some details onto our Southeastern Finecast LB&SCR i3. Which now, that is the cab finished. So, once the cab is dry, the crew can go in. You're used to it, I thought you were Gary. Haha! Well done, Luke. I think we've done that joke to death now, though, so we're done. So yes, you can see as well, some may remember that this got some black fingerprints on it. And they were cleaned off with this. Just very gently. Like so. In fact, the roof of my other i3 is a bit rubbish. So if I just do that, and I can show you here. That as well as stripping the paint off, here's my duster brush. There it is. You can clean up areas with it. Yeah, we've done that joke, yeah. So that gives us a nice clean roof. Earlier I cleaned the commutator of my Tyco Silver Streak locomotive. I'll be converting to free rail for maintenance reasons. Plus a bogey plate did a slight disappearing act earlier on the Tyco train. Found it eventually. Well, I'm glad you found it eventually. And cleaning the commutator is always good. It will definitely help the motor run. Not a big fan of white roofs. It resists God, I kept me on those brushes. They are very useful. I'll tell you what, this cost me about £5. No idea what that is in dollars, unfortunately. That was 4 years ago that I got this one. You can get refills for them. I've not done it yet. Need one of those, where can I find one? I got this from my local model shop. I would imagine they're available on places like Amazon. Other than that, I can't really help with where. But yes, they are indeed very, very useful. So there's a couple of bits of the paintwork on here that have got knocked in the time it has been off stream, so we're just going to give them a quick touch up. I'm going to try not to punch the microphone whilst shaking the paint pot. I have heard not punching the microphone is a good thing to do. Yes, I'm sure Squires do them, but Max and Dale are America, so... Is that the Royal Train? Royal Train's not... No, it's not the Royal Train. The LB&SCR painted their roofs white regardless. And Alex wants to tell us that hydration is important. So yes, we will touch up these bits that have got knocked. Which obviously won't be so much of a problem once it is finished and has been varnished to protect the paintwork. Ooh, that was on a second ago. Of course I have just put my finger in the paint. Why wouldn't I have put my finger in the paint? What tool don't Squires have? It's a good question, Luke. On is better than off. It is indeed, James. On is most definitely better than off. At this late stage of play, again, everything is already painted. I do not want to ruin the paintwork. I have just noticed some more bits that need umber, such as round the top of the cab here. So we'll leave that. At this late stage, we're just going to glue it back on. Transfers, don't forget transfers. Yes, I won't forget the transfers, don't worry. Where else would you put your finger but in the paint? Exactly, James. I don't believe it is possible to put a finger anywhere that isn't the wet paint. There we go. Luckily that has a nice slot it just sits into. I believe that is everywhere the umber needs touching up. Tiny bit there, there we go. I suppose we should get this step whilst we're doing it, otherwise we'll just forget. Oh yes, thank you Gary Bot for promoting the website. Anyone that does visit the website will notice some... Don't punch the charger out, that would be bad. Some very, very slight changes to the website, in that it now carries advertising. This has always been the plan for the website, to carry advertising. I do not expect it to get a lot of traffic. I do not expect it to be making money. The reason for the advertising is just to help cover the fees of keeping it up there, to be honest. If I can cover the fee of buying the domain each year, that will keep me happy. That is honestly all it would take. Yes, Max. Hydration is important. As we cross into the second hour of the stream. Thank you for being here, everyone. And I'm going to remind you again, it would be greatly appreciated if everyone here could drop down below and give that like button a press. Whilst you're there, if you're not already, it would be great if you could subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so that you do get notified when I upload a video or go live. I'm really giving this YouTube thing a big push. I don't want them to destroy YouTube. If they do, I have plans though, don't worry. Right, we're going to leave that for now. We're going to touch up the black, as there are some sections of the black round on this side, just along the top of the footplate here, that have taken some knocks in the couple of weeks we have not had this about for. PeerTube greater than YouTube. As I say, James, I have plans for what I'm going to do should YouTube's changes cause me any issues. At the moment, we're okay. They do not come into effect until the 1st of January. And I will not be disclosing what my plans are unless they are needed. That of course gives me the opportunity to change my plans should I need to. Of course, I will remind everyone again, the new YouTube changes are not YouTube's fault. YouTube were sued for a significant amount of money by the FTC, and that is what has prompted these changes. And that is all I would like said on the matter. So yes, that is the black done. I've of course now noticed more areas where the black is needed, but we're going to move on to the bit I was going to do first. A bit of red on the top of the safety valve. And yes, as Alex says, the chat is not the place for YouTube policies. Unless, of course, you are directly responding to something I have said. Hannah ready. We'll time out first. Hopefully that won't be required. If people do want to discuss YouTube policies with me at any point, I should be happy to. There are many ways to get in touch with me off stream. I have a Twitter account, twitter.com/OakhillModelRailway, maybe, possibly /OakhillRailway, ! Twitter in the chat to get a link. You'd think I'd know, wouldn't you? Where I know this is a risky thing to say on a public forum, but my DMs are always open on there, so if you want to contact me privately to discuss YouTube policies or anything else for that matter, there is that option. There is my website where there is a contact form that will send me an email that you can contact me via. There is my Discord server, a link to which can be found by putting !Discord into the chat. And there is, of course, RM Web, where I can be found under the username Blue Lightning. I can also, another easy way of finding me would be to search for my thread in the pre-grouping section, which is, of course, Oak Hill. Is there a concern that discussing YouTube policies here might lead to oppression from YouTube? If so, another reason PeerTube better than YouTube. No, James, it is not. It's just there is a lot of misinformation about the changes going around. There is a lot of people saying things that are not correct, and I would rather keep those things off the channel. And contact him through PM in Discord or his Instagram. Yes, and of course I have an Instagram as well. I did mention Discord, Luke. You got your RM Web name changed then? No, my RM Web name is Blue Lightning. I have as yet not decided whether I would like to change it or not. It is the last remaining vestige of my old online persona, and is at the moment staying that way. Oak Hill is the thread. But yes, I do also have an Instagram, the details for which can be found with an ! Instagram in the chat. Everything should also have a link to in the description down below, which if you want to check out the description down below to get those links whilst you're there, do remember to smash that like button and subscribe if you're not already. I think we've covered everything there. Right, yes, so as I was saying, I noticed some more areas that need black. There's a bit missing on here, and of course what we also want is a splodge on the end of the buffers. The name should stay, in my opinion. Yeah, see, this is why I haven't asked for it to be changed. That and it's causing Andy Y unnecessary extra work. I don't like doing that. He's been, he's got enough on his plate with running RM Web. He's got to make sure he bans all the right people. Whatever you believe those right people may be. You apparently. Your new account's not been banned yet, has it, Alex? It's good how I put that, isn't it? I'd like to apologise to all the AS people for that noise. Oh. You say these things because you know I'll read them out, don't you, Luke? Everyone does it occasionally. Brilliant. So, how's that cab interior doing? That still looks slightly tacky, but close enough to dry. But we can add some details that are currently lacking from the cab, namely a crew and a bit of coal on the floor. This is real coal, acquired from the Bluebell Railway and smashed up. Because of course smashed up coal does look like small coal, which is what we want it to look like. Alright, I'm here to stay. Well, hey, good to hear it. Coal time, yes. Well, coal on the cab floor time. So I'm just going to put a bit of super glue down on the cab floor. In front of the opening that was painted earlier. And drop a few bits of coal into it. So there we have some coal coming out the door for the fireman to be shoveling. I will save the coal for the bunker until last. Tell you what, one lump of coal lasts you a long time. I've done quite a few locos with that, and that is just one lump. Not a big lump either. There we have our crew, who are probably very happy to have been detached from the plastic base they were on. I wonder how they'll feel about being stuck in this cab for life. Just going to remove some of the excess paint around the bottom of their feet. Killian on. He's not said anything. If he is, can always poke him over on Discord. There goes the shovel. Trying to avoid that, but there we go. Going to get his opinion on something. Yeah, I'll say poke him on Discord. He's not popped up in chat on here. Probably where I'll find him, yeah. That would be where I'd check. Either there or RM Web. But I'd be more inclined to check Discord, to be honest. Or Twitter. He's on all these places. And there we go. So for those that don't remember, we actually positioned our driver's hands so he's holding on to the wheel there. So he's going to get a splodge of glue on each foot. Waits for Gary to glue his finger to the figure so the rest of the stream have to sit and watch him be stuck in one position. And then on this side, the fireman is looking out the cab side, leaning on his shovel. So again, a splodge of glue on each foot. And he gets placed down, and there we have a crew. A nice detailed cab. Which of course means the roof can finally be stuck on and all that nice detail can be hidden because it's dark. Or can it? I think I should wait for that actually. Because something else we have in our box of detail parts here is some glazing for the cab windows. So I think we should wait till we've got that on before we do anything there, before we stick the roof on, because we'll stick them from the inside. However, that is looking a lot more like a locomotive now. I am very happy with that. Hey, cab detailingisms. Yes, Luke. I am going to refill the hydration cylinder because, of course, hydration is important. Of course, the problem with fizzy hydrations is they do take time to fill sometimes because they like to bubble up, and this is a fresh bottle of the generic black fizzy liquid, sugar free of course. Well, hey, hydrationisms. Yes, as I say, hydrationisms are importantisms. So yes, I think the next thing we want on here is the lining umber. Thank you for those links, Alex. That is very much appreciated. Of course, there is the Patreon and regular donation links there for those that want to help support the stream. I need more kittens. So 100% of any donations received does go towards maintaining the stream and purchasing stuff for the stream, such as paint, detailing parts for kits. The most recent spend was the wheels for the Southeastern and Chatham D-Class, which will be coming up as our next major project. Kittenisms are the best sort of isms. Yes, Luke would definitely agree with that. Because, James, it is Luke that often posts pictures of cats onto my Discord. A great place to hang out, and a nice, active, friendly community of like-minded individuals who we talk about trains all week. We talk about other things. We had a discussion about vans earlier. Yesterday there was some brief discussions about my van after it got stuck in the mud whilst I was out planting some trees. Because it is important to do your bit for the environment, especially if you drive a transit. So yes, now will be the time to see my painting technique again. See, my little finger is separate, ready to connect with this little finger whilst we paint. There are other things. There are other things. Occasionally. There's a nice friendly community we are building here. There are obviously other model railway communities in existence. We are trying to be the friendly one. Maybe James should join Discord so you should see catisms. I agree, Luke. Everyone here should join the Discord. Other kittens are available. So yes, you can see there the slightly darker umber. Don't even have a Discord account for the VoIP service for gamers until recently. So did I until recently. I've heard about this weird bloke on Discord, it's mentioned last week. I've heard about this weird bloke on Discord, it's mentioned last week. But he came back. Is it you, Luke? You're weird and on Discord. Yes, I used to think Discord was just a VoIP service for gamers until reasonably recently. James? Don't forget to smash that like button. It's the easiest way to show your support for all our hosts' hard work and dedication. Thank you for that, Alex. It is indeed a very easy way to show the support, and it really does mean a lot to me when people do hit that like button. I wonder what an edgy model stream would look like. We may have to go that route if copper keeps up. I'll let that one go, Javier, but we're trying to avoid too much of YouTube policies on here. I have plans for what to do should it keep up. Do not fear. Nothing will be stopping. Weird people are the best, normal people are weird. I agree, James. But yes, all I want to say on the copper front at the moment is it doesn't involve saying a bad word. No. I want to keep the channel family friendly and intend on doing so. But that is the end of discussion on YouTube policies, please. It is a bit of a contentious issue with a lot of disinformation being shared. And I would rather that talk stayed away from here. If you would like to get a good take on what all this copper stuff actually means and what the YouTube changes are, if you head over to my RM web thread, we discussed it a bit yesterday, and I linked to a video from a YouTuber who is now in the process of moving off of YouTube. But they did a video about it all. They spent 10 years as a paralegal in the US Army. They do know what they're talking about, and they do give a very good overview of everything. Like some information on what copper is, see your plumber. Very good, Luke. I'd like to see YouTube's dominance ended. It would be much harder to censor a highly federated platform. It's not about censorship though, James, so can we leave it there, please? I would ask the mods that any further discussion of YouTube policies or the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act please be met with an instant timeout. Oh no, the driver's come loose. May have jumped the gun. No, do not be sorry. Of course, I had already asked for that. It's just as it had cropped up again. I just thought I'd make sure everyone was aware that I was pulling that one. Thank you, Alex. I do appreciate it. It is not jumping the gun, as I had already asked for it to stop earlier in the stream. I just wanted to reiterate the point that that was the punishment it was getting. Hello again, Max, and hello, Ron. Welcome to the stream. How are you this morning, I guess, for you? It is actually 10:30 in the evening where I am. Yep, he's completely loose now. I bonked him on the head and he fell out. You know what, I should really do round the edges of this. The cab. Doing good for a Monday morning. Oh, so it's Monday morning there. It is. So it's 10:30 at night on a Sunday here. So you are currently talking to me from the future. Has the world ended yet? That's the important question. Hello, Aidan. Welcome to the stream. How are you this evening? I hope you are well. Or, you know, whatever time it is where you are. Obviously, it's not evening for everyone. For some people, it's not even Sunday anymore. Not yet, no. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. I'm good, thank you. I am very well, thank you. So here we are, everyone. As you can see, we have the lining umber done on this side. The difference is a lot more visible in person than it is on camera. But trust me, it's there, and when the lining itself is on, it makes a massive difference. I've just remembered the door should actually be in the darker lining umber as well. Oh dear, Luke. So yes, that is that side. In fact, is it that side? No, I've got to do round the front here as well. I keep forgetting these bits. Hashtag I'm a pro streamer. Honest. 4:36 in the evening here. Sometimes I wish it was that time here. In fact, I was doing hoovering at 4:36 in the evening here. I'll remind you again, hydration is important. When you talk for 3 hours, it does dry your throats out. Almost 5 o'clock, exactly. It is 10:38 here now. So now we need to get the lining umber on this side. Well, we'll be once again using my anti-wobble technique of hands touching each other. Going on 5:40 almost. Cool. More time zones. It is always very interesting to know what time it is where my foreign viewers are watching. It does always seem very weird that I am live all round the world and that there are people watching from all over. And I really do appreciate you all tuning in, whatever time of day it is for you. Are you going back to work before 2? Wonder what Jimmy Buffett would do. Well, yeah, okay. I'm going to pretend I know what you're on about. Trying so hard to keep this on camera and in enough light for me to see it. I hope it is working. as Luke sends me a link that will obviously explain what he is on about. At least I assume that's why he's sending me a link. All I know is he's sent one. So the lining number just needs to go around this section here now, and then that is that done. Have another look at this side. Yes, that is all looking good. The back, and again this side, and I cannot see anywhere I have missed. Excellent. Walked into the train shed this morning, sat my coffee down on the workbench, turned the computer on and noticed all the ants running around. Took an hour to clean them up. Oh, goodness. That is not fun. Not fun in the slightest. Although, it could be worse, Ron. This morning, I was stood in the kitchen, frying my sausages in my very smoky, low-fat frying spray, which smoked so much it set the fire alarm off. Whilst dealing with that, the sausages burnt. And then when I did finally sit down to eat my breakfast, I discovered I'd forgotten to put the kettle on to make my coffee in the first place. So that was a great start to the day. No ants though, so I'm thankful for that. And on that note, hydration is important. And I would again like to thank everyone for being here with me at whatever time of day it is. It is greatly appreciated. She'd been up for a year, first time it's happened. Wow. That's quite impressive. Put some more glue on this guy's feet. I mean, I didn't want that much, but okay. Almost caught it in time, instead I hit the camera. There we go, he is back in the right place so that you cannot see where he's ripped the paint up. So yes, for those I haven't asked already, and even for those I have, if you've changed, do we have any projects going on ourselves this evening? Would be great to hear about them if you do. As we now accept the fact it is time for this to dry for a bit. So I think we will need to get this wheel set clean and then we can, because I think we are going to be able to get the chassis back to, well, once we've got these wheels cleaned, we can get the chassis back together. We've reached that point in the evening where my screen has filled itself up with stuff and I can no longer see what I'm doing on the camera, so I'm hoping You can all see just how well this is cleaning this wheel for those that missed the demonstration earlier. Yes, just finished KD's, so now painting my last wagon that needs it. Going for a fictional LNWR coal wagon, see if I can do it. Excellent. Yes, working on my exhibition layout, Oakley Hill. Oh, what a fantastic name. Absolutely fantastic name, Heritage Railway Productions. I very much approve of Oakley Hill. There we go. That bit was a bit too stuck in the corner. I don't like doing it with a knife because of course you can scratch the surface, which then just encourages it to pick up dirt. Currently trying to find pictures of the A-classes in their various guises, Met, MDR, LNWR, etc. and not having much luck. Oh, that does sound interesting if you can find them all, Alex. There was a picture posted to Martin SC's thread on RM Web. I'm trying to think what it's called now. Never Matter. And Green Sudley, of what looked loco very, very similar to a Met A, but it was a 262. Very interesting looking thing. Yes, it is slightly based off a certain layout. Excellent. Excellent indeed. I do very much approve. Well, hey, wheelisms. Well, hey, indeed, Luke. Oh, I'll try and find that then. Yeah, it was very interesting looking, Alex. I'm sure you'd enjoy it. Sorry for copying. Don't be sorry at all. Are you aware that the track plan is available for download in any rail format off of my website? oakhillmodelrailway.co.uk. There is absolutely no need to be sorry. Quick Mersey Railway condensed tank, not seen that before, can see the similarity. That was quick, well done, sir. It's just the stubborn bits left on this wheel now. Have a look at that after stream. Yeah, say it is there. It is available to download in any rail format, so it's nice and easy to get a hold of it. And in fact, on the text for the page the page for the layout is the text used when the layout was published by the Brighton Circle a few years ago now. Which reminds me, I have an article to write for them that needs to be submitted before the end of this month. I should get on with that. Also haven't had a reply about the K-Class. Oh, well, I would assume that must mean he's quite busy at the moment. Evening on the i3 again, I say. Good evening, Red. We are indeed on the i3 again. It is so wonderful to have the i3 back with us. We have got the lining umber painted on, ready for transfers. We have put some builder's plates on, which were etched by Ian McCormack of EB Models. They are a wonderful product. So we can see there if it chooses to focus for us again. Very nice etched builder's plates. We have detailed the cab and got the crew in place. So you can see the lining umber on there now. We really are within sight of the end of this project. Thank you for that link there, Alex. That is, of course, for those that don't know, Ian's website, where he can be contacted about a vast range of products he does. Props to Ian. Yes, they are fantastic. Let's get my other set. So I've got a set for my other i3. These are generally available to everyone now. These are £4, gets you the 2 builder's plates. That includes postage. And they are absolutely fantastic. So they are a 2-part etch. See, that is your front bit of the builder's plate there, which solders onto that bit, which then goes onto the loco. So yes, those ones are for my other i3. So there is no sponsorship here, and they are not review copies. I have received review copies from Ian in the past. However, these are fully paid for bits of kit, and they are wonderful. I do hope that they prove popular and Ian gets some more sales. I cannot see any reason why they wouldn't. Reminds me, I need to get more names and number plates for my own locos. Ah, yes. Etched number plates really do set off named locos nicely, don't they? Sorry for taking so long to get here this evening. Was wrapped up in a few things. Not a problem, Red. And there we are. We speak about Ian and he appears. Isn't that incredible? Just in from a meal. Surprised as we are. Away for a New Zealand trip. Going away party. Just come in to see the new i3 plates on show. Nice. Yes, Ian, I have been singing your praises. If you give me a second, I will show you the ones attached to the loco. As we discussed on Discord, the existing plates that come are on the malt castings are still there, with just the front part of your plate stuck over them, and they do look fantastic. Yes, I have been singing your praises all night. Your links to your website have been dropped several times by my mods. Who makes Westinghouse pumps in 00? Alan Gibson does, I believe. Certainly Alan Gibson used to have Westinghouse pumps in 00. I would imagine South Eastern Finecast could supply them as well, because a lot of their kits are Westinghouse fitted. Nice, I'm glad you approve, Ian. Yes, I've definitely seen Gibson plate pumps before. Obviously, I know South East and Finecast make them because there's one there. And he's usually happy to sell castings separately. So you could drop him a line or a phone call. And I mean, I'd be very surprised if they weren't available on Shapeways. Not quite as important to get these wheels completely clean, as they are not going to be picking up power currently. If I do change that, I will of course make sure they are completely clean. Good to know. I'm going to need condensing pipes, and I know Seth have a condensed loco. They do, yes. So that could be a source of them there. Of course, as well as dropping South East and Finecast a line, they do attend a lot of local shows. A good local show for them and me is the Uckfield Model Railway Exhibition. Unfortunately, that is not happening until the 17th and 18th of October next year. But it's very nice, and if you're not in a rush, he will be there. Although you should always contact him in advance of picking stuff up from a show to make sure he has it, especially individual castings, as he doesn't like to split kits that may potentially sell. So of course, if he sells you the casting out of one kit, he suddenly can't sell that kit. All wheels should be clean, not just ones with pickup. Yes, I know. But I have to balance what I'm doing with entertaining viewership, Luke. You've all seen now how the glass fibre brush cleans the wheels very nicely. And it really does. So if I can make progress elsewhere, that's always good. I'll be getting there. XLCDR R1, GNRC something, and the R1 I know comes with pipes. Not sure about the C thingy. Fair enough. Yes, I am of course a big fan of South East and Finecast, as I'm sure you all know. This is of course a South East and Finecast kit we are building here. Done your wagon. Excellent, Christopher. I will look forward to seeing pictures of it. I hope it looks as good as I expect it to, based on your previous work. In fact, I might get you to do a couple of mine whilst you're down here. Here we go again, cheating. Highly disgraceful of me, isn't it? As I say, you can scratch the wheels doing that, but that was just so thick there. It's going to take forever to get off. Had a look at the Seth stand at Uckfield, very impressive. Yes, his display stand is incredible, isn't it? Sure, things are excellent. Thank you, Christopher. So there's just one wheel left that we haven't polished this evening. Alex the Mole says hydration is important. And I am, at this point, as I have mentioned it, going to plug that next weekend, Mr. Black Falcon Models, Christopher, shall be here. He will be bringing his layout down with him that he is currently building. It's called Forgotten Pit Road. It can be checked out on his YouTube channel. And he does streams through the week. And one of the streams he does is on a Saturday night. So next Saturday, Black Falcon Models shall be streaming from this workbench. And it will be, you know, I will be there, so it will be great to see you there too. Gary, what do you think of the Garrett? Didn't really get to talk about it at length earlier. I think the Garrett is fantastic, Red. I absolutely love it. I am slightly jealous and want one for myself. It is absolutely fantastic. You've done a really good job there. Obviously, as people have said, that the ash pan and some extra support underneath would finish it off beautifully. But yes, I think it's absolutely fantastic, Red. You have done a great job on it. Now, Luke mentioned Shapeways 3D prints. So give me 2 seconds and I shall return with a 3D print. Might actually be slightly longer than 2 seconds. Very excited to stream from the both of you. Perfect match. You did. It was seemingly quite a while ago now. I mentioned 3D printed Westinghouse pumps. But this is my usual example to 3D printing. That's the one, Alex. Thank you. Done some. Red says I have done some more of that. I haven't taken photos. The boiler also has a bit of an issue with rocking due to the way the articulation is done, but it's something I can fix. Oh, that's fantastic, Red. I cannot wait to see it. So yes, this is my usual example for this. This is Shapeway's lowest quality material. So it is not high quality, super smooth print. But you are looking at it there from a reasonable viewing distance. And to me, from a reasonable distance, you know, from what would be a usual viewing distance, there is nothing wrong with that. Now, once you get up close to it, you can see the imperfections of the print. But say this is their lowest quality material. There's a little Millwall Extension Railway Manning Wardle by CDC Designs. It is fantastic. I have all the wheels for it. It is not one of Tom's, it is CDC Design. It is a Manning Wardle though, you are correct. It is absolutely fantastic. I do love it dearly. It's a 3D printed chassis as well. I have the wheels, I just need to get the motor and gearbox. And that will be a future stream project, although I forgot to mention it in my video the other day. And hopefully that will be a nice easy one, and it is on, when it's done, Alan Gibson driving wheels for Manning Wardles. Something I'm going to work on before the stream. So I also got the 3D printed in steel rods for the wheels. Now they are a fantastic print, but obviously they are lacking a hole all the way through them, and they are rather thick, so I want to get the holes drilled and get them thinned down before it becomes a stream project. What motor and for it might I ask? I spoke to the designer who recommended a high-level Roadrunner gearbox with a 1015 motor, which you can also get from High Level. That is what they used in their test model when they did it, and it fitted fine. So it actually has a hole in the back head to accommodate just the back of the motor poking through slightly. With a crew that won't be an issue. I am also tempted to try and remove a section of the cab roof, as obviously I'm not modelling the Millwall Extension Railway. But yes, so that is a future stream project, and an example that even Shapeway's worst quality is not the end of the world, especially from normal viewing distance. Can understand why you love it. Manning Wardles are gorgeous engines. Yes, they are. Every single one of them. It's thick to avoid warping. The metals get rather wavy under 1.5mm thickness. I did assume that's what it was, yes. But I'm sure thinning it down a bit isn't going to cause it too much of an issue. If it does, I shall have to do something about it. Cabless equals better. Indeed it does, Alex. So if you can 3D print steel, technically you could print a 1-to-1 scale vehicle. You would need a pretty big printer, but I'm sure you would find stuff like that has been done, Luke. I'm really shocked right now. I was looking to buy that locomotive. Well, it's a beautiful loco, is it not? And I bought it to act as one of the engines from when the Oak Hill Railway Company was independent before becoming part of the Brighton, so it fits into my very early running of the layout. 3D, yes, 3D printed, and it is fantastic. So, wheels are clean, we can put them back on the chassis. I just need to grab the screwdriver. It's good to sand down, it should perform well after. Yep, okay, brilliant. That is how I will do it then. I'm thinking of buying a small 3D printer myself, in all honesty, if I can find one cheap enough to be reasonable. I have a 3D printer, but it is not a nice modern resin one. And it does not get used as a result of that. I can get better quality from elsewhere. So at some point I will probably buy a better one that prints in resin, but I do actually have a 3D printer that prints in filament myself, which is more the sort of quality you're looking from the lower end on Shapeways. I would definitely recommend saving for something like a Photon if you can. I mean, after all, the Photon is only, what, £300 thereabouts? It's not a huge amount of money, really, when you consider what you're getting. And as I say, my lower end 3D printer doesn't get used. Yes, as Ron says, a lot of cheap ones are no good. Enjoyed the show out. Time for Monty dinner and walkies all night. Well, thank you for coming, Dale. It has been fantastic having you here. I do very much appreciate it. So, enjoy taking the dog out. And have a good rest of your evening. And that's the reason I've been hesitant about it. Yeah. You would, in my opinion, be better off saving for the Photon Red. I've just noticed this pickup is covered in paint. That's going to be no good. It would fit with my stuff as my layout is of a light railway. Yeah, that would fit perfectly then. I use a CR10 filament printer here. Yeah, I don't know what model mine is, but I know people with resin printers now, and the fact that I can get resin prints done through them, they are so much better quality. And in fact, that is something else I can demonstrate right now, because I do have a resin print sat next to me. Straight off the printer, essentially. This is a test print by Tom of TS Design. As you can see, it's a much, much better quality. It's kind of hard to discern quality with this slightly see-through material, but it is absolutely fantastic. So you see the hole there, a couple of other bits, but that is a LB&SCR Open A, and they are fantastic quality coming out of the resin printer. When I do buy stuff from Shapeways, I always go for SFD at a minimum. More expensive, but better detail, far less finishing needed before painting. Yeah, the better the quality, if you can afford to get the better quality stuff, or you can happily wait whilst you save up for it, then it is worth it, definitely, I agree. Just looked at the metal printed A-class rods for CDC. They do look thinner than the Manning Wardle ones. Well, hopefully they are. A picture of Millwall extension painted by Ian Rathborne on Discord Modelling Showcase. Oh, thank you, Ian. I will look forward to seeing that. Remember, kids, hydration is important. Indeed it is. We're looking at resin one as well, just the prices of them down under, a bit high still. Fair enough. When you can get one, they will definitely be worth it. We still live? As far as I'm aware, we are, Max. We got another 40-ish minutes to go. So, let's get back to getting the wheels on this locomotive. These are Romford style wheels, which are now from Scale Link. They are self-quartering. with their special little nut that goes in with a special screwdriver that has 2 prongs so it can go over the axle, hole up the middle so that when you're doing outside framed engines, the axle can make its way up as high as needed. Still sorting out the printing of an LNER E4 body, just got to learn CAD and do it now, which, like Tom said, is the biggest hurdle at this point. It is indeed the biggest hurdle, Luke, because of course you have those same contacts as me to get things printed. Well, Ian Rathbone is an amazing painter. Looking at it, like, Ian Rathbone is indeed an amazing painter. Did ScaleLink buy out Romford? ScaleLink have been manufacturers of Romford wheels for a good long while, Max. And in fact, ScaleLink is currently for sale. If anyone out there wants to become my favourite manufacturer of model locomotive wheels. That round so it's pointing the same way, and then we can get this one. Oh, that's slightly the wrong way, got to get it under the brake. Oh, that screw does not want to go back on. Bolt does not want to go back on, does it? There we go. I'm thinking of also getting the London and Blackwall Railway 222 well tank. Oh, very nice indeed. Ditto. Hello, Killian. I have not seen you in the chat yet. It is good to have you here. I hope you are well. Fellow Eastern Region man, nice. Hello, Will. Welcome to the chat as well. It is very, very good to see you here. I hope you are well this evening. Oh, I haven't. Oh, if the chance could disappear then like so many others. Yes, Alex. The owner wants to retire. He is much older than I want to still be working at. Being completely blunt about it. He has put a date on when he is closing up for good. If it doesn't get sold by then. I can't remember when it was. If I could afford it, I would buy it. But I can't say I blame him for wanting to retire. Obviously it will be a shame if it does go. No one has done a single dislike yet, might as well do it. Cheers, Will. Much appreciated. I'd rather it wasn't there, but, you know, I do love my one and only hater. You're usually a very dedicated hater. Please come back to me. Right, I need to head off. I have to get up early for work. See you later, guys. Good night, Red. Thank you for stopping by. Has been great to have you here. If all was there, so message me if you want one. I'll keep you updated. Good evening, Killian. Good night, Red. Good evening, Alex, and everyone else. Good evening, Killian. Also, good night, as I'm up early. Also, cheers. All right, thank you for coming. Ian, has been great to have you here. I was not expecting you to be able to make it after your night out. I do very much appreciate it. It has been great to have you here, though. So, yes. Good night. Sleep well. Well, sometimes women's futurist hobby isn't very bright. RTR, yes, but kits, I'm not so sure. I'm sure someone will buy it, Alex. As I said, I would if I could afford it. Night, Ian. Title myself celebratory drinks. Yes, I can imagine, Ian. VOR tank has been announced. RTR. Brilliant. Oh, that is excellent. Yes, who buy? Who announced it? Oh, I want all the news. Oh, that is fantastic. I remember it being speculated that someone was going to announce that earlier in the year, and then they announced something else instead. But I can't remember who it was. See you later down the rails. Are you off as well? Are you, Ron? Okay. Have a fantastic day. Thank you for popping by. It has been wonderful. Model rail. Excellent. Very, very nice. Should be good coming from Model Rail. Do we know who's doing the manufacture of it? Obviously Model Rail will just be commissioning it. What is a VOR tank? Big chunky 009, or narrow gauge, so it will become in 009 if it's 4mm. 262 tank Vale Rydale, yeah. Steam engines that actually made it into BR Blue legitimately. And my god, did they look odd for it. So here we are at 11:25, and I'm very tempted. That goes that way round. To pop this back together, take these nuts off, pop it together, just so we can see it again, looking its wonderful self. See, narrow, yes, narrow gauge, James. It's been a while since I've seen this loco in one piece. And I would rather like to see it again in one piece. Really wish I'd cut those wires down a bit. But there is no way they are worth. Please give her a run. Not right now. I would love to give her a run. But the test track is not exactly accessible. I have been testing locos elsewhere for the last couple of weeks and it's got a bit covered up. Yes, indeed. The 1 is the best number of pieces for a locomotive to be in. There we go, that will hold them out the way. Isn't she beautiful? If they do it in BR Blue, that's what I'm getting for sure. Yeah, they're very odd looking things, but in BR Blue, but it is a very appealing livery on them. I do like it. Alex, you can have Gary repaint the one if they don't make one. I mean, you could, but whether it's worth it or not. Need to start my 009 at some point. You do, Luke. You do indeed. Can't find anything about them online at the moment. Stupid YouTube glitch. Looking excellent. Repeated you twice. How very strange of it. Yeah, I am. It is so good to see it back in one piece again. It's been so long since it's been like that. And to have it now in one piece with all the paint done, it is fantastic. I say all the paint done, there's actually some bits I forgot. There's the clacks running down the side, need gold on the top and copper down the sides of them, I believe. So we shall do that now. Other than that, I believe she is got all the paint she's getting. But yes, I am so happy with how she's looking. She truly is a thing of beauty. Why Atlantic tank is on sale. Next step, transfers. Indeed, James, next step is transfers. That shall not be tonight, since the paint has only just gone on. She needs time to dry out and for her paint to harden. However, when she is next seen, which may or may not be next week, as Christopher shall be here with us next week, so that probably won't be working on this. I know, we've only just got back to it and we're taking another break. It's terrible, isn't it? But when I can get special guests to come on stream, then I'm taking the special guests on stream. From what I've read, Model Rail doing it in-house, no commission. Oh, wow. Why not work on something else? Well, we will work on something else. Don't worry. Plenty of time left. Plenty of projects left. There is more to be doing. We won't be ending early. No, 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 no. I mean, even if I didn't have a box sat next to me full of stuff that I want to work on in case I ran out of time. I mean, you must have seen the video the other day of my unbuilt kits. It's very interesting that Model Rail are doing it in-house. I cannot wait to see how that comes out. The roof didn't fall off. No, the roof didn't fall off because I mean, it nearly did. I almost forgot. I came very close to letting the roof fall off. Yay, weathering. No, not weathering next week. Luke is coming down to do weathering at some point in the future. With Christopher, however, we shall most likely be working on. We will be working on the stuff that Christopher is good at, and it will be, you know, for those unaware so far, there will be a double whammy of me and Christopher next weekend, as Christopher streams on a Saturday. So we shall be live Saturday with Christopher on his YouTube channel, Black Falcon Models. Exclamation mark mod Christopher in chat to get his link. Of course, you can just right click on his name and get a link that way as well. And then we shall be live again back here on my channel next Sunday. So there is double YouTube goodness from me and Christopher next weekend. Gives me a Saturday off, I suppose. If you want the Saturday off, you take the Saturday off. But, Alex, if you're not going to stream, I expect you to be sat in the chat. But, you know, I understand what you're saying. Let's leave it at that, shall we? There is actually a... I knew what you meant after last night's stream, Alex. I wasn't going to say that, but I knew why you were saying it. More people should definitely check out your channel, but I'm not allowed to promote it, so I won't be giving links other than to tell people it's not on YouTube. Now, how fantastic does that look? I might call time on it altogether, to be honest. No, don't do that. Not allowed to promote it. Who's stopping you? He is, James. He has requested I do not promote his streams. Do not call time on it altogether. Give it time for your new schedule to take effect. You know, you're feeling a bit burnt out and run down on it all, and that makes total sense. I totally understand that. Alex, don't you? The only reason I still have my Twitch account. Well, come along to more streams then, Max. Be there for all of Alex's streams. And then you can convince him not to quit. God, she looks gorgeous. Oh, I've not got the pins out, only the couplings. Okay, we'll slide them in after. I quite fancy putting the couplings in. I really need to get the right screw back out for that motor as well. The last thing I want is people to feel they need to turn up. I want people to want to turn up. People do want to turn up, Alex. Sure, anyway, no more on it. Hope your stream... I have your stream open when I stream. Billington could design a pretty engine. Oh god, yes. But it's not a Stroudley. See, this is where I need a top-down spanner. I'm not going to put the bottom bolt in right now. I3 is indeed Marsh, isn't it? It's good, but it's not quite Stroudley. Yeah, that's how all non-Stroudley locos should be viewed. Well, the good ones anyway. There we are. A thing of beauty. Did you know Silver Streak was also a movie? Possibly, yes. I may well have known that. I know what loco you're on about, because I remember you showing it on Discord. Post-Stroudley is out of my era. Isn't Stroudley out of your era? Right, so I'm just looking in the box. I think we'll get another coat of mahogany on these. As I mean, you can see the no brush strokes we discussed last time. I don't know how well you can see it on stream, but that's basically still grey there. And look at that, I've got the mahogany paint sat up here, almost as if I had planned to need something else to do. Funny that. That's not the one I want, that's the one I want. So these are, of course, Linney's laser cut Stroudley carriages. I'm moving back in time a bit for Killian's benefit here. Nice and Victorian. God, that end is absolutely terrible. I did feedback to Linney about the fact that so much paint had soaked into these even after primer. And was in fact informed that Linney has never tried brush painting these kits before. So this brush painting you are seeing is in fact a first. So of course the feedback was very helpful to Linney. it being something they had not done before. Also, considering pulling the plug on Aldersgate, you have no idea just how much I do not want to paint teak carriage. Yes, I've seen tutorials. Woo first. Well, there's an easy solution to not wanting to do it, Alex. I know someone who's willing to do it for you. No need to pull the plug. There we have a much more mahogany looking carriage. It's amazing what that second coat of paint can do for you. For free. We'll discuss, Alex, off stream. You cheeky person. So I am, whilst we're working on these Stroudleys. Yeah, you can't be pulling the plug on the Worcester fiasco either, Alex. So yes, whilst we're on these Stroudleys, I'm going to mention a name that is technically banned from the stream here. Because, of course, next year sees the introduction of the Bachmann, can't believe I'm about to say this, Thomas and Friends line to the UK. They have shown off what models are coming in the initial set of models to be released in the UK, and that does include the red coaches, which are of course very loosely modelled Stroudleys. So although I'm now settled on using Linny for all my Stroudleys, other than finishing the rake of K's ones that I have, I think a future project shall be that I shall get some of the Bachmann red coaches, as they are, you know, they're a very good starting point for people who don't feel like they can make a carriage kit, and show how I have in the past used those carriages to create Stroudleys. And that's the first rake of Stroudleys that ran on Oak Hill were indeed Bachmann's red coaches from Thomas. No teak on Worcester, so that can happen. Your long boiler is on my immediate list. If I can learn how I need the First World War aircraft, I can join Gary doing them. Remember to smash the like button and give a gentle tap. Yeah, do remember to like, as the chatbot points out. Like, subscribe, notification bell. It is all very greatly appreciated. Now that I've finished saying that, I shall return to catching up with chat. Oh yes, the LNWR matter. Turns out the LNWR London trains use teak brown carriages, not LNWR livery ones. So excited for new releases. Where have they shown that info? I can't remember where it was, Alex, but it was only the stand. There was no narrow gauge stuff in there for the initial releases. However, there is more to come in the future. Obviously, the whole range will be moving over time, but it was just the you know, the main standard gauge stuff that they had shown as initial release for UK stock. So many neat models by the England class is pretty sweet. Yes, the 009 Englands are pretty incredible. I'm looking forward to getting one of them. I bought long boy. First Thomas coaches will have been made from 10mm Stroudley kits. They were indeed, Killian, made from 10mm Stroudley kits. 222. I call it a long boiler, but you know the one I mean. NMR pattern T types. Don't worry, I would like one day, but already have a huge list to buy first. But Killian needs a list of stuff to do. Really cannot wait for Batman to reset Thomas Staffing Engage here in the US. Oh yeah, I forgot they're doing that. I've ordered the boxes from Knuckles, by the way. Excellent. Everyone likes some box tanks. Cannot wait to see them arrive with you, Alex. In fact, Alex, when they do arrive, I'd love a comparison between them and the one I made for dimensional accuracy. Obviously, I know the details are going to be superior on those ones, but I would love to see, you know, just dimensional comparison on that and the one I scratch built for you. So excited to get them. I bet you are. I bet you are. And we have 10 minutes left. Yes, I can do that. Excellent. Thank you, Alex. We still have 10 minutes, so we have another carriage. This carriage, of course, does not carry mahogany. That we probably want to continue using this brush. Send us a pic when you're done, won't you? This one wants white inside its panelling. As you can, no idea how long I want it. He has wanted box tanks for a long while, Killian. I can confirm. And some decent ones as well. Unlike the one I made. No, that brush is too big. We're going for this one. And we shall see how far we can get before the end of the stream. Still need to get some Knuckles kits. Good luck with the chassis. It's being headache inducing. Corbs has one already. Shut up, dude. Yours is awesome. It might be, maybe so, but you know, let's be honest, Alex. It's not gonna be the same level, is it? No matter how awesome it is not the most detailed thing ever, and it is never going to be the same level as the 3D prints. There is no point lying about that. Sure, it would be head scratcher. It was made with love. Yes, it was. I had a great time building it. Sat at this very workbench. Not long after it had moved to this location. Mine isn't 100%. Hand on the heart, the cab is slightly different. Scratch building is awesome. Yes, scratch building is awesome, Matt. Love and Bovril could build an empire. And tea, Killian, don't forget the tea. Same with kit bashing dummy models to run. Yes, agreed, Max. As far as I can tell, good picture of the box is hard to come by, so you've done an excellent job. Watching the CAD work happen on those boxes, I was just astounded by them at every step of the way. They were always fabulous looking, and I have no doubt that the 3D prints are just as good. I do indeed need to get round to ordering one. Especially as Knuckles turned up in my comments section the other day and subscribed. I was rather shocked by that and very happy about it. I know there's drawings as well, they aren't very detailed. No, they're not. Coach, so look nice, thank you, Max. And 2 sharp singles to be getting on with. My stuff is substandard compared to Nux. Nux is a really nice chap to deal with, he is. Your stuff is great, Killian. It's significantly better than anything I could ever do. Yes, I had a nice chat with Knuckles the other day in the comments on my video. Saw that he commented, I'm pretty amazed by that. Yeah, so was I, Matt. Well, hey, Knuckles. Doing FR20, look forward to that. Sharp saying stuff, he is fantastic. Yeah, it was, honestly, the moment Knuckles said that he was sitting there doing CAD with my videos in the background, and they were great to have on in the background as he did CAD. It's a bit of a moment, that was. Just right from out. Well, hey, Knucklesism. Yes, you should say that, Luke. Brilliant. You've done some phenomenal models there, Gary. Thank you, Killian. Much appreciated. What's that? That's free for now. Yeah, free box tags, I say. I really must order some of Knuckles' stuff at some point to do on stream. There is so much stuff I've wanted to do from Knuckles in the past that definitely needs to happen. Even more now. Sweet, maybe more interesting. I do CAD to your videos too. It's good background music. That makes me really happy to hear that, Killian. It really does. It's so fantastic to know that people enjoy my stuff to that degree that it can sit and be, as you say, their background music when doing stuff like that. So I really appreciate that. Thank you. Nice. Cad and Gary is a good combo. Thank you, Javier. Yeah, you know, this genuinely got me smiling here, guys. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. It is amazing to know that you're all having, you know, that I can be good for this. I am always in awe at the CAD works I see, and of course, Javier, I hope to have some of your CAD here soon, as you well know. And I would love to get that on stream in the very near future. Need an L&Y Class 28 unrebuilt non-James format. I actually have specific models I want from him, Max. So, on that front, at the moment at least, I will not be taking suggestions. Tomorrow I'll be doing your Craven tank. The first 2 hours of the stream I missed. I mean, you say my Craven tank, you were clearly going to do it anyway. Hopefully my CAD will be as good as some of the CAD I've seen. I'm sure it will, Luke. You know, if your CAD is anywhere near as good as your physical modelling, it will be fantastic. Getting there, maybe this will be a Christmas order for you. That would be excellent. I was, but I do everything with someone in mind. Fair enough. Fair enough. As I have wanted a model of that particular tank ever since first seeing that picture. So, yes. The drawings you've produced of it look absolutely fantastic. And I cannot wait to see it, Killian. Right then, and with that panel finished, let's do the next panel quickly to bring us up to the same line as the top on the carriage. I can place that there slightly off screen and it looks fine. You'd never know. Hopefully the E4 goes down well, do more stuff in the future. I'm sure it will, Luke. I'm sure it will. Hydration is important. No, it's treble 01. I am aware of that, Luke. That is why I was just finishing that last panel. It is midnight plus 1 minute. We have passed the mark. Thank you, Gary. You're a good friend. Thank you, Killian. As are you. It is, you know, it has been great getting to know you that bit better recently. Regardless of any circumstances that may surround that. So, yes, we are at the end of the stream. Thank you for coming, everyone. It has been absolutely fantastic. Now, I'm going to come back to a topic from earlier that I've already banned and say there will not be a video this Tuesday, as it is no upload day in protest of the new terms and conditions. Something that many YouTubers are taking part in. So, and I have decided to join. So the next video from me will be the live stream review on Thursday. And then I will be back next Saturday over on Black Falcon Models channel. So please do head over to Christopher's channel there, Black Falcon Models. do subscribe, and I hope to see you there next Saturday. And then after that, we will return back here to my channel, where Christopher will be guest starring with us next Sunday. So thank you all for watching. I hope to see you all at the double stream, as I'm calling it, next weekend. You have all been fantastic as always. I'm going to give one more call for dropping a like down below if you haven't done yet, and to subscribe. I see a link to Christopher's channel appearing in the chat. As I say, head over, do subscribe, do come next Saturday. It will be very much appreciated. And so that is all for now. Thank you for joining me this evening. I look forward to seeing you all in the future. Bye for now.